All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. So for Chicago right now, Harper is out there with Jordan. Then it's Pippen. Then it's Cartwright. And it's Rodman in at the four-man position.
Well, Merry Christmas. That was a freebie.
Pippen dishes to Harper. Jordan kicks to Pippen. What a move! Pippen showing off some terrific ball handling.
And that's a great piece of work to get to the hoop there. Just tore the D to shreds.
Hawkins against Jordan. Here's Peyton. Jordan with the rebound.
And you really thought that was going to be a gimme, but unable to convert.
Yeah, and a little self-talk, angry self-talk for himself after that miss.
Now here's Kemp. Peyton outside. Pass to Shrimp. Shot clock at 6. Johnson the screen. From deep three-point range. No good. Now Chicago takes it the other way. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Thank you, Kevin. I caught up with the Sonics head coach. He told me he thought this game would hinge on the quality of looks they get from their sets. He said, we know we can hit open shots when we get them. It's a matter of executing properly, setting good picks, and finding open spaces so we can get the most out of our possessions. Let's see if they can do it, guys.
Thanks for filling us in there, Doris. Thank you so much. Getting their offense sorted out is the priority here, guys.
And that's what typically drives them. So no big surprise there. They'll be expending most of their energy at the offensive end.
Well, I'll tell you what, they better save some of that energy for deep. I don't care how much you score. At some point, you got to stop some people, too.
Peyton's gotten 2 of his 3 shots to go tonight. Jordan, the pass to Rodman. And that one is hammered home.
Man, he slams it home and gets a little camera time on the backside of it.
He spent a while up there on the rim.
And I like the fact that the ref's going to give him a little bit of leeway there and a lot more than they used to.
Here's Peyton. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one misses for the Sonics. Perkins is checked in for Johnson. And Askew subbed in for Hersey Hawkins. Some changes for Chicago. And he sinks the second. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in.
Play him tight. Come on.
Armstrong against Peyton. From 13, no good off the back of the rim.
The right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
Here's Askew.
Let's go.
Back to Peyton. Hits the jumper. He's got 7.
Love the assist. I mean, he knew exactly where that bounce pass had to be to create that opportunity.
And still a close game. And we welcome you back. Glad to have you with us as more basketball is on the way. During the break, the players getting refueled with Gatorade. We're looking amped up and ready to get going once again. And before we move on, guys, what do you think about what we've seen so far from the Supersonics?
They've been a well-oiled machine offensively thus far.
They've kept the ball moving, Greg, and their opponents chasing after it. That's how they've piled up all the points.
So for Chicago right now, they've got Tony Kukoc. Longley is out there with Williams. Then there's Gervin. And it's Armstrong in at the 1 spot.
long enough for him to get a hand on it and knock it out of play.
Sonics making a switch here. Hawkins is checked in.
Come on, get up, it's free.
Perkins with it. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Paxson kicks to Jordan. He dishes it to Pippen. Here's Cartwright. Rebounded by Askew. The Sonics trailing. Quarter number 2. We're about a minute in. Perkins with the screen. It's Hawkins on the wing. Percy Hawkins. That's the down.
A little bit of a defensive breakdown there. He's not the guy you want to leave open on the perimeter. You've got to stay attached to him.
It's Jordan on the wing. He's covered by Hawkins. Outside, Rodman. Passes it to Cook. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Uses the glass to finish the way.
Here it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, just getting the ball into the post has to be option number 1 for them right now.
Well, the first time out of the game called for Seattle. Some changes for Seattle. Johnson comes in for Bukowski. That's Wingate in for Askew. Seattle with the ball. Here's McMillan. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. From 13, Perkins hits the shot. Big smooth there again.
If you're waiting for him to miss and he's that open, you're going to be in for a long wait.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. Let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Well, Kevin, I was able to listen in on what the head coach of the Chicago Bulls was going over in his huddle. He was intent on running the offense through Jordan. When coach addressed the guys in the huddle, his message was clear. Quote, he's who we want getting the bulk of the touches. He is who we want making our decisions. Maybe making those early adjustments will give them time to judge their effectiveness by halftime. We'll soon find out, Kevin.
And thank you for that, Doris. Shrimp, he's checked in for Hawkins. Davis is checked in for Chicago. Kerr comes in for Michael Jordan. Peyton outside. Inside. Johnson dishes to Kemp. Goes up the baseline. Chicago grabs the miss. 36 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Kerr, the pass to Harper. Back to Kerr. The feed to Pippen. Shrimp with the rebound.
They get in every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup.
And he's able to get it back. The Sonics have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line. At the line for 2. That's good from Peyton. Chicago making a switch here. Second free throw, no good. Outside Harper. Here's Gervin. Hands the shot from the wing. Gervin's got 4 points now in the quarter.
It is so hard to contain him. He just seems to get it done however he has to do it.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Sonics lead by 1. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball. Both teams battling hard through the first half. Without question, Gary Payton displaying his skills today.
Yeah, created a lot of quality shots for himself in that first half, and he knew when to pass it up when the double team came.
And that led to a very high points per shot number for him. For those of you that are into analytics, that stat really tells how efficient a player has been, and he's been very efficient so far.
Shrimp out there with Sean Kemp. Then it's Johnson. Then it's Gary Payton. And it's Hawkins in at the 2 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Seattle. Harper kicks to Jordan. Pick by Cartwright. Pass to Pippen. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Pippen's got it going here in the start of the second half. The first points in the third quarter for Chicago. And here's Hawkins. Payton up top. Payton makes another fantastic move.
Both teams trading punches back and forth. This thing's like a heavyweight fight.
The momentum swings, really impossible to keep track of. The energy in the building just keeps going back and forth, ebbing and flowing. I'm loving it.
And that one's good by Pippen.
I'll tell you what, I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders. They're not getting the job done.
That's a great point. 10 of the last 12 points they've allowed have come at the rim.
Time called here. The Sonics decide to talk it over. Perkins is checked in for Seattle. Askew comes in for Shrimp. Chicago also making some changes. Williams comes in for Rodman. And Armstrong subbed in for Harper. Payton drives in. The pass to Hawkins. Here's Askew. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. And he gets it to go. And the Sonics lead by 1. Neither side has relented a bit in this back-and-forth affair.
Well, 8 lead changes, Kevin, so far as the teams are battling it out here in the third.
And you can sense the energy in the building already as this game is starting to build towards having a terrific finish.
Here is Armstrong after the made shot from Sean Kemp. Armstrong dishes to Williams. Here's Pippen. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. Pippen's got 6 in the quarter.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Payton drives in. Second chance effort. Cannot hit. Excellent D there from Williams. Kemp's gone 1 of 3 shooting so far. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. And he gets it to go. Jordan's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Now here's Perkins. Payton outside. Down low. That's it, coming off an assist from Payton. Kemp's got his second basket.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Free throw line jump shot. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Jordan's got the lead up to 4 now for Chicago.
Check out these men. That's rush hour now, not midday.
Welcome back as we get rolling once more. The fourth quarter right ahead in what's been a very well-contested game. Here's Seattle on the court for the Bulls, getting this fourth quarter started. Rodman is out there with Longley. And there's Harper. Then it's Tony Kukoc. And it's Jordan in at the 2. Harper against Shrimp. Harper the pass to Kukoc. It's Gervin on the wing. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
The D on him has to be airtight, guys. You got to get into his airspace. And that was far from it.
McMillan kicks to Payton. It's good. That basket is now 5 for 9.
The fans are really getting their money's worth tonight. What an entertaining ball game.
Up to this point, Greg, it's been almost impossible to separate these teams. I think this one's going to be close all the way.
Now Now here's Gervin. Back to Rodman. Screen by Longley. Gervin a screen on Kemp. Kukoc for a three. And the Bulls another three.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Seattle calls timeout. They're losing by 7. We've got 1:55 left in the game. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Kevin, thank you. Head coach of the Sonics had some words for his team over the break. He told his players, guys, we're letting opportunities slip away in transition. Let's push it up the floor, look to score some points in early offense. Kevin, can they pick up the tempo?
Now here's Johnson. Kemp a screen on Kirk. Feeds it to Peyton. Rebound by the Bulls.
I tell you what, folks, I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
Harper kicks to Kirk. He feeds it to Gervin. High, arcing shot. Shot misses. Good D by Johnson. Trail by 7. Peyton drives in. Shot is no good.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Especially, Greg, when you're scoring the ball at a decent clip the way they have. I mean, they've done exactly what's necessary to take the lead.
The 10-foot in Chicago scoring again. Seattle calls timeout. They trail by 9. 55 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Making a switch here. Hawkins is checked in. Chicago also making some changes. Cartwright's checked in for Davis. Pippen comes in for Gervin. And Michael Jordan subbed in for Kerr. Shrimp dishes to Peyton. The shot no good, a bit short.
And, you know, coaches just love players who they can count on to give that effort defensively.
And he clearly is one of those guys, Greg. You saw it right there. Nice work forcing that miss.
This is a serious game-clinching run they're on.
Yeah, I agree with you. Just not backing off here. I mean, they're looking to close this one out. What a time to have this kind of serve.
Peyton against Jordan. Kicks it to Harper. Rodman passes to Pippen. Rodman sends a screen. Down low, Cartwright. Rebound by Johnson. Now Shrimp. And Shrimp showing his range. Here with the triple. And they go to the intentional foul. Seven seconds left in the fourth quarter. And an intentional foul right there. So the first one drops, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so both free throws are good. It's an 8-point game. Seattle calls timeout. They're losing by 8. 7 seconds left in the fourth. Guys, what's your take?
Yeah, they can call all the timeouts they want, but really, I don't think it matters at this point.
Yeah, I'm ready to go home just like the players are. There's nothing they can do to salvage this one right now. Let's go. Get out of here. Game done.
You summed it up.
I was going to say, yeah, I don't think we need to.
Adios. And so it's Chicago winning this one.